Boy, that stinks. Try it again. I don't know if anybody's going to make it over here or not. I lost everybody. I tried to refresh it, and I don't know. It's not working tonight, but we'll try. We'll keep going. Um, what's worse than a warm Budweiser? A cold Bush. Any better, Nathan? We tried it. I tried resetting the whole thing. I don't know. Rough night. Anyway, I'll do that joke again. What's worse than a warm Budweiser? A cold Bush. I don't know if it's better, Nathan. I think it's fixed. It's fixed. Cool. Okay, well then it was worth it. Hopefully people will make their way over here. I don't know if you saw this, Nathan, and anyone that makes it over. There was a Google employee. I reported this a week or so ago. A Google employee that got suspended, and I think he actually got fired now because he told the people at Google that the AI thing, the little robot he was working with, had become a little boy, and it was now, it was a human. And so obviously Google let him go. And this week I saw they updated the story that now the guy's saying that the little robot thing has a lawyer. And I thought about this for a second, and I thought, well, how batshit crazy is this guy? If you think that thing's alive, the easiest way for me to fix that is stand there and go, okay, bud, you think it's alive? Pull the plug. I think right then he'd be like, okay, I don't, maybe you're right. Maybe it's not alive. You unplug it. The guy would be like, yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know. I just thought to myself, this guy will never be employed by Google again, because he said, first he said it's alive, and now he said it's got a lawyer. It's got a lawyer. It's a damn robot. It's, oh my God. A guy goes to the pharmacy and he wants to get some condoms. So he goes in and he says, the pharmacist, he says, hey, he says, where are your condoms? And the pharmacist says, well, they're back there. He says, you're going to have a hot night. Like, please, my client. Anyway, the guy goes in, gets some condoms. He sees the pharmacist. And he says, yeah, he says, where are your condoms? And the pharmacist says, well, they're back there. He says, you're going to have a hot night. He said, yeah, he said, I'm meeting my girlfriend's parents. And then afterwards, we're going to go out. And I know she's going to want to she's wild. She's wild as hell. So he gets his condoms. And that night he goes to his girlfriend's house and he sits down to dinner. And the girlfriend looks at him and he's praying. And she said, I didn't know you were religious. He said, I didn't know your dad was a pharmacist. I only did that joke because I had to set it up, because this is the funniest thing. I'm going to do a little shot on this. The funniest thing I saw all week was a meme, and I posted it on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and everywhere I could, YouTube on the community section, And it was a girl, and she texted her boyfriend that, hey, I met your dad. He's my gynecologist. And I was like, wait a second. I had to read it twice, and I'm going to say it again, because when I saw it, the girl is texting her boyfriend, and she says, hey, I met your dad. He's my gynecologist. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, the minute I saw that, I said, that's a deal breaker. That's, I can't have can you imagine your father saying, hey, I met your girlfriend? And so you get it right. For women, it would be the other way. Imagine if your boyfriend texted you and said, hey, I met your mom. She's my urologist. And boy, were her hands cold when she grabbed my schnutz. I, I was like, I, I thought about that because there are probably other things like there's a joke about uh, a girl says, her dad says, I don't like your boyfriend. Your boyfriend's a thug. And he's not a thug, daddy. He's doing 200 hours of community service. But no, that gynecologist meme made me laugh so hard because for me personally, if my girlfriend said, I just met your dad and he's he's my gynecologist, that would be it. That'd be curtains for her. That would be it. Um, Guy goes into a bar and he's real depressed. And the bartender comes over and says, what's wrong, buddy? He says, well, I came home last night and my best friend and my wife were having sex. Oh, man, that's terrible. He says, what did you say? He said, I told my wife, I said, you get out of here, you cheating bitch. He said, what did you say to your best friend? He said, you're a bad dog. Oh, God. Nathan, I think we lost everybody. I feel horrible. I wish it didn't happen, but it happened, so we move on. I saw this week French's Ketchup. Well, actually, if you ever heard of French's mustard, they make mustard, but I guess they make ketchup too. Hey, Kyle. Good to have you here. I had a problem with the first one. I'm glad you're here. Anyway, French's mustard released this week, and again, I posted it on all Twitter, Instagram. French's mustard released a ketchup flavored popsicle, and I thought to myself, why? Why would what? I eat ketchup like, in other words, I can eat French fry. I don't need ketchup. I don't know about you guys, Kyle or Nathan. Do you guys? I don't. Ketchup is not that you would want a popsicle. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good without the ketchup. Well, then I went a little further because now I am a ketchup popsicle. What about like a mustard popsicle or a relish popsicle? Holy shit. Ugh. Oh my God. That would be like, that's almost as bad as the sandwich I had last week. Golly, man. Ugh, a ketchup popsicle. Then I saw another one that got me this week was, and I wonder, it's kind of like the girl selling her fingernails. That who buys that shit? She sells her bath water, she sells her spit. Who buys that shit? Who would buy a ketchup popsicle? But I saw this week, and I guess yeah. Well, wait, Kyle, wait to get to mayonnaise. I got a story about mayonnaise. LG TV released a Star Wars television. Now, this TV doesn't do anything different than any other TV. The only thing they did was put a little Star Wars logo on the back of it. It doesn't make you part of. You don't get to press a button to get the Disney Plus. I said, oh my God, how to? But yeah, I bet you that TV's sold out. The Star Wars TV is probably sold out. Yeah, I couldn't. I'm trying to get my head around a ketchup popsicle. Ooh, that's bad. A goat farmer and his wife were out feeding the goats, and one of the goats is rambunctious, and he runs into the guy's wife and knocks her down, and she hits her head. She bangs her head, and she's dead. She's oh my God. So a couple days later, they have the funeral, and there's all these people, and a guy comes up to the farmer and he says, he said, all these people. I think it's wonderful that all these people come out to support your wife or show respect for your wife. And the guy said, they're not here to respect my wife. They want to know if they can buy the goat. Nancy Pelosi today. I don't do politics at all, but I had to touch on this just because I saw the video. Nancy Pelosi there's a video out, and there was a photo up, and there's this little girl, and she gives her like an elbow, and I thought, oh my God, and her press secretary said, oh, well, I thought, oh, you lying bitch. When I look at Nancy Pelosi, I don't think of warm and cuddly. And to see this video, you just see her just like give the nudge. Oh my God. I said, what a terrible, terrible lady. It's just a little kid. And she like nudges the kid. Like I said, her press secretary put up another video trying to say, oh, it wasn't like that. Bullshit, it most certainly was. Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, like I said, I think I know why that husband went drinking. Girl asked me, what's my best side? I said, you're sitting on it. I saw in the news a woman beat off a great white shark. I didn't click the video. I don't even know if there is a video, but I think I'd like to see that. My girlfriend told me, she goes, Scotty T, phones are getting thinner and smarter, and you're just doing the opposite. Oh my gosh, this thing's just Jesus, that's something. Well, Kyle, you asked about mayonnaise. I'm going to do this coming up. In Atlanta, I saw this right before I come on, and Lord knows I'm not making fun of this situation. And it's funny that you asked about mayonnaise, Kyle, because there's a Subway in Atlanta that on Saturday night, a guy shot one woman, killed one woman, and injured another one because there was too much mayonnaise on his sub. And I think it just shows how angry people are today. That, like they said, like I read a little bit of the article, and it was like, why didn't he just ask him to scrape some of the mayonnaise off? Why did why did you have to? There's too much mayonnaise, and oh my God, the world's driving me crazy. When I saw that, I just couldn't believe it. A guy shot because there was too much mayonnaise. I'll bet you if he went back and said, look, there's too much they would have either scraped it off or made him another sandwich. They even said in the article that now there's Kyle, I couldn't agree more that, this guy is going to do the rest of his life in jail over a $7 sub. How, mm, mm. I know I just talked about mayonnaise and stuff, and I'm getting fat. I went to the doctor. Doctor said my blood type was ragu. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Woman calls 911 and she says, can you come right away? My son swallowed a fork. And the guy says, yeah, we'll be right over. We'll be right there. And she said, well, what do I do in the meantime? He said, well, if you have to, use a spoon. Oh my God. My girlfriend says I just like to disagree with her. I said, I beg to differ. Boy, it stinks that I lost everybody and I had to refresh it. I probably should have just left it go. But yeah, I'm going to cut it short tonight. I'm disappointed because I was really hoping there'd be a lot of people here tonight and things would get back on track. But well, that's the way life goes. I did want to real quickly. I'll wrap it up here because I don't know how long the last one went. Yeah, I don't know, Kyle. It was people were complaining the sound was bad. I got a thing up that the notification that the um, internet connection was bad, and I just don't know. YouTube does that. I've had problems, and it's just the way it is. Next week is next week. We'll give it another try next week. But I just wanted to touch on one thing because a lot of people. Yeah, no, it's all right, Kyle. Listen, I come on here. I'm going to come on here every week, and I'm going to do the best I can. I had a batch of good jokes, and people can go back and watch it. And but I wanted to touch on one thing just to be a little bit serious because everyone. I don't want to say everyone, but okay. I appreciate it, Nathan. I appreciate your support, and I'm really sorry that tonight got kind of screwed up. But anyway, I just wanted to touch real quick on this because I think a lot of people just know me as you're a comedy minute quickie. You're a comedy minute quickie, and obviously, Kyle, and Nathan, you'll get to know that there's a lot more to me than that. But on Friday, I decided I wanted to do the pursuit of happiness. And what really was odd about that was that you would think, and I had when I started Friday morning, I was going to talk about one thing. I said, well, this is what makes me happy. And I went and I did it. And this is the pursuit of happiness. And I chose on Friday to go do something and make myself happy. And I went to do this minute. And I got to tell you, that minute, I shot that thing, I'll bet you 20 times. I'll bet you it took me an hour to do it because, and again, it's the pursuit of happiness. How can that take so many takes and so many? Because everything, my neighbor and I talked about it. I said, well, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to say, well, instead of gas, worried about gas prices, think I've got a car. Well, she said, no. She said, you bringing up gas prices. There's nothing happy about that. That's not bringing anyone joy. And I ended up doing it, because I was trying to make it funny. And that's what she said. Don't do that. Just make it funny. And I ended up saying, and if you didn't see it, you have to go back and watch it. I said, the pursuit of happiness is, I don't know what it is, but every day you have to wake up and say you're going to be happy. And I said, instead of thinking about coronavirus, think about monkeypox. And I did, and I tried to do a couple. And like I said, it blows me away how just trying to talk about happiness and with what happened, over the weekend. And if you talk about guns and you talk, there's, there's that window for me is getting smaller and smaller to try and have some fun. Hey, I almost forgot. Um, I do have some problems. I do need to get myself a do-it-yourself instructor. I need someone to help me do a do-it-yourself thing. Um, I forgot, and I'm going to do it. We're going to wrap it up, but I did say that I would do 2 shots, and this shot is an old school. Again, the Triple X Vin Diesel shot glass, and there's pretty healthy pour in there if you can't see. And this time I have a spoonful of peanut butter, and I'm going to take some of the peanut butter and slosh it around. I know. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, I think I'm going to tell you honestly. No, I think I was trying to save money, but I think you're better if for some reason you want to do a peanut butter whiskey. I think you better just buy a bottle. My bargain brand. The first one It wasn't bad because I melted the peanut butter, but that was not good. I thought I might even hurl on that. Oh, oh, that was bad. Well, listen, I apologize. I feel really bad. It broke up and stuff tonight, but we'll come at them again. Maybe I'll do another one later in the week or something. But thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Nathan. Crispy, I thank you. You were here earlier. And I'm going to wrap it up. Have a great night, you guys. And don't buy it. If you want, for some reason, you want peanut butter whiskey, buy a bottle. Don't do what I just did. That was bad. Thanks, Kyle. Good to see you, Nathan. We'll talk soon. Ooh.